Everybody, just wanted to come on here and give you a heads up before we get started on this episode 10. So you may have noticed that last recording, that when you listen to it, it was regular, and then you saw another one come out with the same name. So what had happened was, for some reason, the intro that we used, that we made, uh, for some reason, all of a sudden got copyright flagged, and we made sure we had, we're using the rights and everything. I'm not sure. I've got it contested, but for the time being, we're not going to be going with an intro. We'd planned on doing some work on it anyways, but for right now, we're going to just go without the intro for the next couple episodes. We're going to be making another intro, something a little better, something a little more geared towards what we had in mind. Now we've kind of got some more things figured out, and kind of what we're hoping to create. So with that being said, until that happens, just to avoid any complications of them removing episodes and me having to re-upload them again, or anything along those lines, or any kind of legal actions or anything like that. Like I said, we're still pretty new to this, so still trying to figure out some of this stuff. But that being said, we're going to be without an intro for a while. Hopefully y'all don't mind. We're still going to be bringing the same kind of episodes as we normally do. This episode coming up is going to be episode 10. Really great episode. Cody was a great guy to talk with. Think y'all are going to enjoy it. But just want to come on here and keep everyone up to date and apologize about any confusion there. And we hope that y'all keep listening. Let us know what you think. Hello and welcome back to another Winging It Waterfowl podcast. I'm your host, Troy Miller, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Blake Horton. And then today, we also have special guest Cody Griffith with Triple B Outdoors.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Doing good. So, Cody, go ahead and kind of introduce yourself like we talked about. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Yep, name's Cody Griffith. I host Triple B Outdoors. I'm from Northwest Arkansas, and I started my Triple B page in 2018, but I've been hunting all my life. My he's a real big deer hunter, so we started out doing that. I was born in June, and he had me in an old pallet stand in that November. So I was 5 months old. He had me in the stand. He'd leave my car seat down at the bottom, carry his gun and stuff up, and then climb down and get me and bring me up and set me up. So yeah, my mom wasn't too happy about that the first time he did it. But other than that, my grandpa had squirrel and rabbit dogs, so by the time I could walk, I was doing that with them. And then I got my first gun whenever I was 5 and started squirrel hunting, and killed my first deer whenever I was 7. First one was a doe, and then my second deer was a little 4-point. And my dad, he's really goofy, and he might go a little off track here telling a story, but so he's not just serious about anything. Well, we were sitting for probably a couple hours, haven't seen a deer. Well, he grabs a grunt call and just starts just making the most god awful sound you ever heard. And I was eating a strawberry Pop-Tart, and he sure enough, this little 4-point comes out like 50, 60 yards. Well, I shoot it and I start freaking out. Just kill my first buck, just kill my first buck. Well, it falls where we could see it. We all excited, hugging and stuff. Well, we climb down and take pictures, and he's like, all right, well, let's go get the truck. And I was like, hold on, I got to go back and get my Pop-Tart. So that's kind of like, I feel like a strawberry Pop-Tart, it's good luck, because every time I bring one, I usually do pretty good. But if I don't have that strawberry Pop-Tart, it seems like I don't kill a deer.
What all kind of hunting do you do other than deer?
Oh, I deer, squirrel, rabbit, bear, waterfowl, turkey, pretty much anything we can hunt here. I try to do it. So
yeah. Do you do mostly rifle, or do you do archery, or
all of it?
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah. This weekend was actually our alternative season, which is like muzzleloader or straight wall cartridge guns. And me and my girlfriend went out. My dad's got some land up in the Ozark Mountains that surrounds National Forest on 3 sides. And we had a probably 130 something inch 10-point come in right at daylight, and she couldn't get on him in time, so he turned and walked just straight away right about the time she got on him. But other than that, yeah, I try to do it all. I've been bow hunting public pretty hard this year, and then I'll rifle hunt mainly private land.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife, first time, she'd never been hunting or anything like that before we started dating, and we took her out and on my family's ranch, and there's this really nice buck, and we were just kind of out piddling around in the truck and everything, just kind of looking, riding through the pasture and everything, and I was like, oh, get on that thing. And she sat there and looked at him. She wasn't real familiar with rifle or anything like that. She only shot like handguns and stuff growing up, and she got on him, shot, and I was like, you went right over him, and he just kind of like ducked down and then stood there. I was like, oh, jack another one in, let's go. Shoot again. And she shot and went right over him again. He ran off. Next day we saw him again, and she shot and missed again. And so we called, and he was nothing like world class, but I mean, for a first deer, he would have been great. He was probably like a 10-pointer, but he was out there, not anything too far, but like 180, 200 yards. And she missed him 3 times in 2 days. Like, she calls that her ghost buck now.
Yeah. We kind of went through that last year with my girlfriend. She killed her first one, but she missed probably 4 or 5 before she killed that one. But she's bound and determined to kill another one this year. So
yeah, my wife got a real nice doe this last season. It was her first deer, and then my oldest daughter, she missed a couple, but hopefully we'll get her on one this year.
Yeah, there you go.
So what kind of dogs do you use for your squirrel hunting? Because I grew up in the Panhandle where Troy lives now, and now I live in central Louisiana. We don't have squirrel season up there, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal until I moved to Louisiana. Now squirrel season's opened, and we're running squirrel dogs, and then you got the rabbit where everyone's running the beagles.
Yeah, so that's what we use. We use beagles.
Okay.
I say we use them. My grandpa, my great grandma used to raise beagles and sell them, so we always got our dogs from her. But whenever she passed, after the ones that we had passed away, we never got back into it. So now we just kind of walk through the woods and hopefully try to see some. And but yeah, the 2 main beagles that I remember was Copper and Biscuit. So Biscuit was a short, fat thing, and Copper was kind of tall, long, and skinny. They were brothers, but Biscuit would never look up when he would run. He was always just head down. Well, I remember he was chasing this one squirrel, and there's a hole about that big in the bottom of the tree, and he just ran smack into that hole and got stuck in it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So do y'all run deer on dogs up there? I know Arkansas is another state that allows it, and I know some people from Louisiana go up there and run deer. Do y'all do that?
So my dad and grandpa used to, but I haven't ever done it. They kind of got out of that too. So I'm just sit in a stand and wait.
Gotcha.
So how does like I said, like he was saying, we don't have a squirrel season, and I mean where we grew up, there's trees and ditches and creeks, and that's about it. Like it's flat, and there's no trees, so we've never really been squirrel hunting. Like, do y'all like tree them, or like how does that work?
Yeah. So we'll if we're on the private land, we bait our deer with corn and rice bran and stuff. We'll either drive down around there and let the dogs out at the corn, or just drive in the middle of the woods and let them out and just kind of let them run, and they'll pick up the scent and tree them, and then we shoot them out of the tree.
Gotcha. Is that like mostly shotgun? Sorry, go ahead, Blake.
Yeah. So my biggest deal, everyone's different around here. When you shoot them in the tree and they get stuck, how do you get them out?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
you become a monkey and climb the tree, or you shoot it enough times till it falls?
I've heard some people say that they'll throw their dogs up in the tree from around here, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And they'll try to climb it as much as they can. But that's just, I haven't been squirrel hunting since I moved here. Everyone wants me to go. I just haven't been yet. So I think it's kind of funny.
No, we usually just throw rocks at them or shoot them. Like if they're like really really high, we got some oak trees that are 6-8 foot around and just tall as they can get. And if they get pretty high up there, and you can't climb it. We just shoot them enough time until they fall down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, when I was in high
but
school.
yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say we mainly use shotguns, and then one person will usually carry a shotgun, and the other person will carry a 22. So if they're just sitting up there in the tree barking and stuff, just sitting still, we'll shoot them with the 22. But if they're running, all over the tree, we'll use shotgun.
Yeah. Back when I was in high school, we used to do quite a bit of coon hunting with a friend of mine. His family ran coon dogs, and I'd go with them quite a bit in the summers and stuff. And so we always used a 22 pistol is what they always had us carry. And then they had one dog that would climb just about any other tree that is, if he could get a foot in, or you'd have to lift him up there. If he could get a foot, and he'd get up it. And we only had one or two that didn't fall out, but he got those ones that we could never get out. We never had one that we had to, just leave.
Those nights, that dog's worth all the money in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty cool deal. Like I said, where we grew up, there's not a lot of places that you could go. So we'd have to, go get permission from someone, and it was down river bottoms and everything where we'd always go. But
I done a little coon hunting in high school. One of my buddies had coon dogs, and I'd go a little bit with him.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get to go a whole lot, but we went a little bit when I was in high school. But I guess that's close I've been to squirrel hunting. So but didn't ever eat them. But
right, really, they're really good. They you don't want to eat them until after first frost though, because they got ticks and worms and stuff in them. So my girlfriend made comment this morning. Actually, we're sitting in the deer stand and we had just squirrels all over us, and she's like, "We need to go squirrel hunting. Like, let's go get the guns and go squirrel hunting." I was like, no. I was like, we can't eat them right now. Wait till the first frost.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard about rabbits and squirrels and everything like that. All the fur-bearing ones, you need to wait till after the first freeze. But,
yeah, that's always been the rule of thumb here.
So, you said you public land hunt for deer, or is that just for archery?
Yeah. That sometimes I do it during modern gun too. Sometimes me and my buddies go camp out and on some public land and just take off. But I'm fortunate enough; I've got quite a bit of private land. I have access to hunt. I probably have 900 acres I can hunt. So I'm pretty fortunate there where I don't have to do the public land grind if I don't want to. But where I work at, there's a piece of public land right behind where I work, and it's got some pretty good bucks on it. So me and a guy I work with, we went and hung up some cameras here a few years ago, and there's some pretty good bucks back there. So we bow hunt that.
Yeah.
And it's archery only because it's a waterfowl rest area.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only hunt it during October, and then it's shut down until February.
Oh, okay. How long's y'all's season like? Kind of what's y'all's deer season look like there in Arkansas in your region?
So last year they started a velvet hunt, and it is for one weekend, the second weekend of September, and then our regular archery season opens up at the end of September, and it goes all the way until February 31st.
Oh wow!
But yeah, our alternative weapon season, like our muzzleloaders and straight wall cartridges, it opened yesterday and it goes until the October 26th, and then it's archery only until modern gun opens I think November 8th.
Okay.
Second weekend of November. Our youth season's the first weekend of November. Our modern gun's a second weekend, and then it goes until mid-November-ish, and then it's out for about a week or so, and then it'll come in for an after Christmas hunt for 3 days, and then so you can use a rifle for 3 days after Christmas, and then after that it's just bow hunting only.
Oh wow, y'all got a pretty liberal bow season then.
Yeah. We're able to take 6 deer, 2 bucks and 4 does, or 5 does and 1 buck, 2 bucks max.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So on the public land, is it federal or is it like a WMA?
Most of it's a WMA.
Okay, that's good. I was going to ask. Go ahead.
Or
Sorry.
National Forest, the Ozark National Forest.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering because Louisiana just had their alternate gun open up the other day too, and we have a lot of federal land down here. Well, with the government being closed down, they shut all of that down. So some of so some of the federal land is closed, so they have to come out to the national forest, and that's just overcrowded.
Yeah.
I drove down the road.
What part of Louisiana are you in?
Over by Alexandria.
Okay.
So,
I used to live in Hammond.
Okay. All right.
So I live there for a year, and y'all's deer hunting sucks down there.
Oh man,
it's well the portion that I hunted at least did. It was pretty rough. I seen one deer the whole season.
It's where I'm at. It's my grandparents are down. My daughter just turned 1, so we had a birthday party, and they drove down from where Wheeler, kind of where Troy's around. And they were like, they never understood. We run the dogs on the deer around here during deer season, or we have a dog season. And they were like, I don't understand why y'all do that. Until they came down, they're like, okay, now I can see. You can't see nothing, and this is why you use shotguns. I'm like, nope. It's exactly why we do what we do down here. It's completely different, but it's also fun.
Yeah,
but the deer hunting is rough. I grew up in the Panhandle, like Troy said. We have 30, 40 deer come in that we'll see regularly. You're lucky if you see 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was pretty rough, and the turkey season was even worse.
Yes.
So bear hunting, is that open to everyone, or do you have to draw out for that?
It's open to everyone. When you buy your hunting license, you'll get your 6 deer tags, and you get 2 turkey tags and a bear tag with that. And you have to call, like if you kill one, you have to call and tag it and send a tooth in, and for a confirmation, because here several years ago they're having problems with our bear quotas being filled within like 2 days of archery season opening up, and they were like, and they think it was people who was calling in and using people's numbers, like their, I think it's CID number, their license number, and claiming that they have killed a bear and was just tagging it so the bear quota would get filled up, so our population would go up more. And well, it did a lot. We actually have we've had 2 people get killed by a black bear in the last month and a half.
Oh wow!
First since 1894, somebody in Arkansas has been killed by a black bear, and we've had 2 in the last month.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyways, so now you have to send a tooth in every time you kill one, and the season lasts a whole lot longer now.
Yeah,
but I don't bear hunt just a whole bunch. If I have one that's coming in on camera regularly, I'll go hunt it, but I've never personally baited for one. The first bear hunt I ever went on, I got a buddy who runs a guide service for bears, or he used to run a guide service for bears. He don't anymore. And he called me one day and he was like, "Hey, I got a open barrel. Do you want to come hunt?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How much?" He's like, $1,000. And I was like, I can't swing that. I was like, "Would you be open in some trading?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll do that. What do you got?" Well, me and my buddy Harley, we just gathered up the most like random stuff we had. It wasn't a GoPro, but it was a GoPro style camera, like a flat screen TV, a light bar, and some other random stuff. And he called him. I was like, "Hey, we got all this," and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." He's like, "You can both, 2 come in, y'all can both kill one." We're like, "All right, sweet." So we flipped a quarter, see who went first. Well, I won. So we go up there, get there at 4:00 in the morning, sit until 9:00 at night. Don't see him. Bear one. And we're like, all right, we'll come back the next day after work and hunt the evening. And I was supposed to get off about 3:30. Well, couldn't get off work. I had to stay late. So my buddy went up there without me. sat for 45 minutes and shot one at 12 yards. It was
Oh.
well over 300 pounds. So, but I was happy for him. He got one, but I haven't killed one yet.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
I try.
Yeah, I spent quite a bit of time up there, and I guess around your neck of the woods,
Yeah.
working in Arkansas. We went backpacking up in Winding Stairs area, and then been on the Buffalo National River quite a bit. And I never have seen one. I've been a lot of places to see bear, and I've tried to see a bear, and I've never seen one in the wild yet. So,
well, here several years ago, we had some problems up at my dad's house. There's a couple. It was right around Thanksgiving. We the one morning, or I guess it was about lunchtime. We had a Thanksgiving for my stepmom's side of the family at my dad's house. And then we had one at my grandma's later that evening on my dad's side. And so, Dad fried the turkey and everything on the porch. Well, we went to my grandma's, come home, and the air fryer was knocked over, and there's bear prints on the porch through the oil. And then just a couple days later, my sister called me freaking out, asking where I was, and I was like, I'm almost home, I'm like a mile away. She's like, hurry up, there's a bear in the yard. And I was like, all right, I'm coming. I had a gun in my truck, and so I fly up the driveway and I get out, and that dude was in our shop. And by the time I come around the corner, he ran out and he was gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in the shop trying to eat the chicken food.
oh man,
Yeah. So we finally got. I don't know whatever happened to him. Neighbor killed him or something, but he never come back after that.
yeah,
I shot in the woods a couple times just to try to scare him.
gotcha. So, you were saying y'all's waterfowl season doesn't open up till November 22nd?
Yep.
And that's just like your big duck?
Yes. So our early goose season starts September 1st.
Uh-huh.
And we done pretty good. And we killed 64 in 3 hunts.
Oh wow. Y'all doing dry field?
Yeah. So I'm pretty lucky on the waterfowl too. I've got some lifelong family friends that own a bunch of bottom land right next to the river, and they're farmers. And I've got permission on about 2,500 acres.
Oh wow.
Down there, and dry fields like cut corn and beans, and one farmer does 1 or 2 fields in rice. And then after they cut them, sometimes they flood during duck season, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So during our early Canada goose hunt, we'll either hunt hay fields or the cut corn fields, and we done pretty good this year. And then our early teal season started the 3rd weekend of September, and our teal season was trash. We hardly killed any this year. We went one morning. I was lucky enough on that piece of bottom land. There's a private lake down there, and it was holding like 50 or 60 teal, and we killed 12 one morning. But usually we hunt the Arkansas River for teal season. But all my buddies that was scouting it, we scouted probably 100 miles of the river, and the biggest wad of teal they found was 70, and there was like 3 boats lined up to hunt them.
Oh yeah.
So we just chose to hunt the private. We're by ourselves, and we scratched a few out, but it's not like how it's been, in previous years. So we're usually pretty, packed with teal. I don't know what the deal was this year, but we didn't have just too many.
Yeah. Well, better teal season than Blake.
Yeah, I ended up having to go out on. Well, we got. I work as a fireman in Texas, so we got this state representative thing that's called TIFMAS, and they call me a week before teal season. They're like, "Hey, you want to go out for 16 days?" And I'm like, "No, but yeah, let's go ahead and go." I can't turn down that good money. So,
oh yeah, I get that.
So I got to watch everybody, all my buddies go teal hunt, and I mean, that down here in Louisiana, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like it normally is. I mean, Louisiana normally tears teal up like it's going out of town. They didn't have a good teal season either. It seemed like everything stayed north.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think any southern states had a good teal season this
Mine
year.
wasn't. Mine wasn't great. I didn't get skunked on the 4 hunts I got to go out on. Just weekends, and I did 2, then 1, and then I had one real good day that I got 5, and I got a limit, but I lost one bird and just couldn't find him, and then won the last day. But they showed up the next week. Tons and tons of teal showed up the next week or two.
Yeah. So we have a spec hunt that's open. I don't remember exact dates on it. We usually don't have any specs in my area this time, but end of October and like first weekend of November, I think, is a spec hunt. But other than that, we're done until November 22nd when Big Duck opens.
Yeah. So what kind of birds are you usually targeting and kind of getting in your area?
Luckily, we pretty much have anything you want as far as ducks and the Mississippi Flyway. We get the mallards and gadwalls, the woodies and the spoonbill, and the pintails. We get some pintails in, and then we get your diving ducks. Your redheads, canvasbacks, and ringnecks, bluebills. They hit the river pretty hard. So we're pretty fortunate on types of ducks that we can kill around here. It's pretty broad spectrum. A lot of times, one or two of my buddies will be scouting the river, and I'll be scouting the private land, and we'll be sending videos or texting, FaceTiming back and forth about what we're finding. And usually down there, I'll be finding the gadwalls and the woodies and pintails and mallards in the dry or flooded fields, and they'll be more along the lines of the diver ducks on the river.
Yeah.
With occasional mallards and gadwalls and wood ducks on the river. Just kind of depends on what part of the river they're at. There's a lot of sand flats and coves and stuff you can go up in, or you can hunt the main channel of the river for divers. And then so it's a lot of vast terrain that we get to hunt. Some of the private land has some flooded timber on it, which isn't like the typical Arkansas timber. It's just kind of flooded trees, but we call it timber.
Yeah.
And then that lake that I get to hunt. So we got a pretty broad spectrum.
Do you have a boat for accessing that river, or how do you do that?
Yeah. So my girlfriend, her dad passed away a couple years ago, and she inherited his boat. He was a big duck hunter, and he's got a 18-foot Excel with a mud motor on it, and then my buddy's got a boat with a mud motor on it too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we use. Now, when I first started out, it was my buddy lived close to the river, and we'd ride the four-wheeler down trails and walk forever to the to our spots. But we got pretty lucky now.
Yeah.
And then I bought a little flat bottom boat when I was 16, and had a little 9.9 motor on it. We'd putt around the backwaters of the river and hunt and doing that. But we can pretty much go anywhere now.
Do y'all run boat blinds on the river, or how do y'all hunt that?
Yeah. So sometimes we do the boat blinds, like if we're hunting for divers. If we can get set up on a small island or something and really brush it in pretty good, we'll hunt out of the boat blind. But if we're hunting, sometimes we'll get up on the bank and set an A-frame up on the bank, or hide in the cattails and park the boat a couple 100 yards away.
Gotcha. So when y'all are doing outside of the river, do you do A-frames or layouts or?
Yeah. So the dry fields depends on where the birds are at in the field. If they're kind of close to the wood line, we'll set up A-frames in the wood line, or kind of like what we did during our early goose. So they cut the cornfield and dissed it up, but there are soybeans in the adjoining field Well, the soybeans were about 4 foot tall, so we took 2 A-frames and then shoved them up in the beans and brushed them in,
Oh, working
and
the
they were
edge.
flying. Oh yeah, yeah, they were flying right over the top of us. The only issue we had was about the first 4 groups wanted to land about 60 to 80 yards out, but after those first 4 groups come in, all the rest of them landed in the decoys. So it was 20 to 40 yard shots.
What kind of
After that,
spread y'all setting up for your early goose and stuff like that?
Luckily sponsored by Top Down Decoys, and so we run a bunch of those. They're silhouettes
Are those
and
the horizontal ones?
the horizontal.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of the
Yeah.
guys we had on, he was talking about he was going to try those out this year.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. So they have in the horizontal decoys, one side's a Canada goose, and then the other side is a snow goose.
Yeah.
Or they have a snow goose and speck option. We have between me and my buddies, I think we have 5 dozen of those, and then several dozen of the vertical, uh, like the regular silhouette Canada decoys. And then last year I bought 15 dozen snows and 5 dozen spec decoys on the vertical silhouettes. And then I'm hoping here pretty soon they're going to drop some duck decoys.
Yeah.
I hope for field hunting. But other than that, early season, we also like to run some full bodies too, just because most of the geese we're hunting are locals, and just adding that little bit of realism. Silhouettes are great, and I'll die on the hill of running silhouettes, but the full bodies do make a difference during the early season.
That's awesome.
During regular duck season, we usually get a bunch of snows into November or into December and January, and we'll just throw everything in the book at them. We'll put out every single silhouette decoy, full body. We'll put everything out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the top down decoys, they're pretty awesome.
That's good. I'll have to look. He had sent me that video of them, how they look and everything. They looked really good from what I saw.
Yeah, and they're fairly cheap. They're I think $59 a dozen.
Yeah.
But if you use the code Triple B, you get 5% off.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. And then they're just running a flash sale on them a couple of weeks ago. I think they were marked down to like $54 a dozen.
Yeah, the area that I'm in is like a Canada goose hunting mecca. I don't have anyone to show me how, and I've not wanted to spend the fortune to get into branch off.
Where are you at? Yeah.
I'm in the Texas Panhandle.
Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd love to make a trip down to Texas one day and hunt. So
yeah, we have a ton of Canadas. I mean, that's one deal. Like I'm trying to slowly enter into that. Maybe one day.
But I used to not Canada goose hunt until about 6 years ago. We finally decided, like, we went and bought 5 dozen dive bomb decoys, and I think my buddy got given some old I can't even remember what kind of full bodies they were, just a couple dozen of them. And we started goose hunting, and man, it's duck. I love duck hunting. I mean, duck hunting, it's high up there. But man, we this year, our very first hunt, we hunted out of layout blinds, and the grass was about shin to knee high, and we brushed our blinds in. I mean, just immaculate. And we had 7 people. We had me, my girlfriend, my brother, his girlfriend, one of my other buddies, and his wife, and then another mutual buddy come. And his wife was supposed to come, but she got plastered Jeep riding the night before, and she didn't wake up. So it was just 7 of us, and we had one group come in, and they landed on the left side. Like, most of them pulled to the left side of the blinds, and when they flopped open, they hit them with the layout blinds, the doors. They were landing on top of the blinds. It's on YouTube. I mean, it's pretty crazy. We were shooting them crazy. 10 yards. So,
do you usually hunt in pretty big groups, or most of your hunts?
Man, it depends. Sometimes it's just me and one of my other buddies, and then sometimes just me and my girlfriend will go together, just us. But I have ran some pretty big, 10, 12, 14 people hunts. just depends on how many birds we got.
Yeah.
If I'm scouting and we only find 50, 60 birds, it's not, we're going to keep the group four to six people probably. But if I go scout and there's several thousand snow geese and ducks piled in with it, if we can have the hide, I'll invite 8, 10 people.
Yeah.
Sometimes. If we can hide them. If we can't hide them, then we'll just hunt with 4 people.
Case by case basis kind of thing.
Yeah. The hide's the main thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I tell everybody, that's kind of starting out, or they ask for any tips. How should I do my decoys? How should I do this and that? And I was like, you don't need to worry about decoys until your blind's finished.
Yeah.
If you don't, especially in our area, the ducks come from, and I'm sure you know how it is. You're even further south than I am. The ducks have seen everything people can throw at them from Canada all the way down here. So we don't even put decoys out until our blinds are perfect. So, and then, depending on when, sometimes we run a J, W, U, sometimes we just throw them out in the ball, and that seems to work just as good sometimes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's overthought on decoys, but your hide is the absolute main thing,
Yeah, my area, that's my biggest problem is my hide, trying to find something that looks natural with where I hunt at, because it's pretty sparse cover from what I have. So that's always my biggest struggle is trying to make my hide look natural. And a lot of times it's not adequate, but it's more adequate than everyone else around me,
Yeah. And then I've also noticed in the last couple of years, everybody around you, if they're running, the same amount of decoys, blowing the duck call the same way, doing, everything's the same. I've been like the last couple of years, I've really, kind of sat back and just watched, notice, okay, everybody's out here running, 2 to 3 dozen decoys. Well, I'm either going to go run and try, like on the river, I'm going to run and try to run maybe 5 to 8 dozen decoys, really pile them in the hole, see if that'll work. And if that doesn't work, maybe, the next day or the next time I go out, I'm going to bring in a dozen decoys.
Yeah.
And if I can hear people around me, calling, or if I talk to the, local people and we're like, man, we just give them hell on the calls and we can't, get them to do nothing.
Lay off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll barely hit it, and just the difference, like just a little bit of the difference makes a lot. And I don't like using mojos either. I used to use them all the time. I wouldn't hunt without putting a mojo out, but I found like the water rippler decoys, like the butt shakers, stuff like that. They seem to work a lot better than the spinning wing mojos in my area.
Yeah.
Because everybody and their dog runs a spinning wing mojo and 2, 3 dozen decoys. So try to mix it up a little bit, and that seems to help a lot.
Yeah. Most all my hunting is me solo, and I run 2 jerk rigs, and I'll run them depending on the weather and the wind and the hole that I'm in. I'll kind of run them almost in a V pattern out from me, and I'll get them kind of going simultaneously. I'll sit there, and generally I can find a tree to kind of, or a branch to go around so that I can run them together. And that helped me out a lot this last year, running 2 different jerk rigs. And then,
and a lot of stuff is trial and error.
Yeah, it is.
See what works best in your area. You can watch all kinds of YouTube videos of people doing all kinds of stuff, but they're not in your area. They're in Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Canada, doing all this. And it's a lot different the further south you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to watch those videos where they just pile them up and kill them, but you can't always, do that down here.
Yeah.
You don't get those pile picks like those north people do down in the southern area. It's just, I mean, you can, but you're spending a lot of money on rice fields around here, or planting corn and flooding it. And I mean, it's just, like you said, it's a whole different ballgame down here compared to
and I seem to have
there.
I seem to have better luck compared to some of the people around me, because I'm a decent caller. I'm still learning a lot, still fairly new to running a call compared to a lot of people, but I'm proficient at a lot of stuff, but I have a lot better luck running like widgeon and pintail and teal and stuff like that calls, because I mean, when there's 5 other guys in the area, 5 other groups in my vicinity, everyone's running the same exact quack and hail call, and I sit there and run a pintail or a widgeon call. I seem to have a little better luck this last year or so.
Yeah, everybody's running the same.
Even during teal, they were just wailing on the mallard call. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Everybody runs the same mallard decoy spread, and they're all hitting the same calls. They're trying to do the Cajun squeal and the hail calls and all kinds of stuff, and their feed chatter. Just they run the one note to as long as they can hold it. You got to mix it up. Do something different.
Yeah.
Those birds have seen the same stuff. Like I said, from Canada, and just mix it up and try something different.
Yes, sir. So do
That's
you?
how.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. When we went to Arkansas one year, and we started out throwing big old spreads like we do down here, and then the game warden ended up just saying, "Hey man, like throw 3 here, throw a jerk rig here." Said, "Don't call." You see, you might call once or twice to get their attention, but when they see you and they start circling, just don't call. And that's how we ended up shooting all the few that we did in Arkansas. I mean, we did horrible when we went to Arkansas, but the ones that did, we didn't call. We just got on those jerk rigs, started making some riffles, and
realism and the decoys, for ducks is a lot more important, I think, than calling. Because if you're on the X, you're where the birds are going to want to be. It doesn't matter what you do on a call. I mean, they want to be there as long as your decoys look realistic and it doesn't look fake. Then they want to be there. They're going to come in regardless.
Yes, sir. So, do you stay local, or do you get to travel quite a bit?
Here lately, I've been staying local the last couple of years, but I have several years ago. My he's 4, turned 4 this year, and I haven't traveled really since he was born. But I used to go down to South Arkansas and East Arkansas quite a bit and hunt down there some in the timber. But it's getting too crazy. Last time I was there, we showed up to the boat ramp, and there were 75 to 100 boats trying to use one boat ramp, and we didn't fire a single shot. We left here at midnight, got down there about 2:30 in the morning, and it was already, parking lot was just overflowing with people, and it was just crazy. The whole weekend was like that. Every boat ramp we went to.
Yeah. Do y'all have the 4 a.m. launch rule?
Yeah, and then I seen videos last year. People are starting to bring horses down there and running levees on horses. And I'm not trying to get run over by boats, let alone trying to race a freaking horse.
Yeah. My big question is, what do you do with the horse while you're at the stand? How do you?
I guess
do you brush in a horse?
Tie him to a tree. Yeah, tie him to a tree 100 yards away. I don't know. I didn't ask, but yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it, but it's I don't know. I'd rather stay here, and it's getting pretty crazy here too. In my area, used to you go to the boat ramp and there'd be 2 or 3 other boats. Now there's 8 to 10, 12 boats there now. Sometimes.
Yeah. When we went, the area we went to, we we went in very unprepared. Hindsight's now, but where we went, there wasn't many people in the ramps we were heading to, but there was some ramps that were just, I mean, jam packed to the gills. Our last day was very much a boat race and jumping levees and everything else. So
which is fun, but not when you're trying to race 150 people.
Yeah, I mean,
and in the trees at 4:00 in the morning.
I mean, the excitement of it's fun to do every now and then, but that's not something I'd want to have to deal with all the time.
Yeah. No, it's fun to experience, like get to say, I went and done it. I raced 100 boats at 4:00 in the morning through the trees, and we ended up one morning on our way out, we ended up wrecking my buddy's boat. We were running through there, and he cut the motor, and the boat going straight, and luckily it didn't hurt it none, but it kind of wedged up in between two trees.
Yeah. We had a guy that brought his boat on our trip. I had Blake was, I don't remember what he was doing, but this guy was driving and he's like, hey, go up there on the levee, you and the dog. And I have the dog. And I think Blake was trying to guide him, be like, hey, come towards me with the headlight. I'm going to show you where to jump. And this guy comes and takes off, and I have a headlamp on. I've got the dog, and I sit there and I'm like, he's not turning. Oh no, he's not turning. He thinks I'm Blake, and he's sitting there running that boat right at me, and I'm trying to grab Blake's dog and get out of the way. And he came right up on me, and we got stuck and had to pull out the winch. But Blake's like, I'm over here.
Yeah.
And I spent like 2 hours the day before, because like those WNAs, you're not supposed to, you can walk in there. You can't take a boat after they close down. Like you can walk the levees, but you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 2 hours walking down this long levee to figure out where we were going to jump the levee at, and then we ended up in the wrong spot and had to winch out. It was horrible.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my cousin. He actually got a ticket last year for jumping levees in his boat at a WMA.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you're apparently not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I didn't.
I would have known that. Everyone else is doing it. I just assumed it was kosher.
Well, that's what. Yeah. Well, that's what his thing was. He was like, everybody else is doing it. He's like, I got video evidence of you. You know, like you. So.
Yes, sir.
They got him though.
Oh well.
Everybody gets a ticket every now and then. I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It happens.
So, knock on wood. I'm down for warnings.
Yeah. Well, the only ticket that I ever got was I just bought a boat. I had it very long, and I didn't have a throwable in there. I guess boats over 16 foot long, you had to have a throwable life preserver.
Yes, sir.
I didn't have one in there, and he wrote me a ticket for that.
Yeah, I got a warning.
I got one for no life jacket because we had a bad storm rolling in, and we ended up going back to the truck, and one of our buddies left our life jacket in his truck, and they pulled up. One short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a warning last year because I had digital and paper license. It's still kind of new with this digital stuff in Texas, and I had not. If I had handed him my digital license, which I didn't have, I mean, I just didn't have it pulled up. I was like, oh, here's my paper. I didn't have my hunter's log filled out on my paper and my digital.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, he didn't write me a ticket, but he's like, just so you know, this is a ticket, but I'm going to give you a warning this time.
Yeah. Well, they make them so confusing now.
After that, I was like, digital only. Because I think last year was the first year that you could do digital only with deer and everything.
Yeah,
and so I hunt deer and everything. So, I was like, you had to have the physical tags to attach to them until last year. And I was like, I'm not doing the very first year. I did it for my daughter. And I was like, we'll see how that goes. But after that fiasco last year, and that guy was pretty nice about it. But
most of them are.
Yeah. He's like, you got it on here, but you don't have it on here, and you got to have it on here. If you're going to present this license, you have to have it on this license.
Yeah.
So
I don't even have a printout of my hunting license this year.
Nope.
It's all on my phone.
Yeah, that's what I went completely digital. I had to watch a video on how to tag, and we'll see how it goes when deer season kicks off.
Yeah.
Gonna have to go through my hunting bag because we've got all kinds of markers and wire and everything for all that for years of paper tags. So we'll see. I'm interested to see how it goes because there's several of our spots on my family's ranch where we don't have phone service, and it's like you put it in there and it won't update, but it will update once you get service. I'm like, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, luckily, here you have 24 hours to tag it because a lot of places, like up in the Ozark Mountains, you don't have phone signal.
Yeah.
So you have that allotted time to.
Do y'all have check stations?
No. We used to. We used to have them. There was like certain gas stations, local gas stations, that done them, but they done away with that several years ago. So
yeah, I first started hunting. I was living in Oklahoma, and we had to go to actual check stations and check our deer in there and stuff. And in Texas, at least in my area, we only have a few check stations, and they're CWD check stations. So
Yeah,
those are
we do
newer.
have the we do have the CWD check stations, but we're not in a mandatory check zone. Like some parts of Arkansas are. If you kill a deer, you have to take it to get tested for CWD, but not in our area. We don't.
Yeah, where I live, it's mandatory CWD because of the national park, national recreation area, and then some of the area is mandatory CWD check station. But I don't hunt deer here. I hunt over on the eastern panhandle at my family's ranch, and we don't have anything over there. But
Nice.
yeah, so the carcass is not to be moved until it is tagged here. So that's what I was saying. We'll see how this goes this year. But I don't think we'll have any problems. I did quite a bit of reading and watching videos on it to make sure. I was like, because that was my only worry. But after last year, I was like, I'm going all digital this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And as long as like maybe you can like get on your phone and like, I don't know, maybe enter it, like, you know,
yeah, it's supposed to have
before submitting it.
As long as you have the
yeah,
it says as long as I have the app downloaded, it will backlog it until I get service, and so it's supposed to show that. Maybe not updated where they can pull it up, but I can at least show them on my phone, and then they can, check later if they want to, I guess, from the way I understand it. So
yeah, it should be all right. I mean, if they're going to do this, they have to have a little leniency in it. I think.
Always play a little dumber than you are, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
And I'm pretty dumb.
You have to. Oh, you both do.
But so the YouTube deal, how did that get started?
Yeah, so me and a buddy, we just kind of, he had a camera, a GoPro he got for Christmas, and he was like, I want to start filming my hunts, and I was like, that'd be pretty cool. Let's start YouTube and Instagram and stuff. So he's like, all right, yeah, let's do that. And so we kind of done it together and built up pretty good following. I think I had 5,000 or 6,000 followers on it. And then me and him kind of had a falling out. And so I started my own. I started Triple B Outdoors. And everybody always thinks, it's like boobs, butts, and, whatever, beer, whatever. Just but I had 3 labs named Blue, Bessie, and Bourbon.
Yeah.
And so, Triple B just for, for them. But just, I don't know. I always kind of been interested in, like taking pictures and videos and stuff of deer. Just even before I started it, I like to just, deer come out. I've always video them on my phone and stuff. And I said, let's try this, YouTube stuff. So I bought a couple GoPros and a little digital camera to film with, and started doing that. And then I started filming my waterfowl hunts, and mainly on those, I'll just use GoPros on my waterfowl hunts. But I've got a Nikon D7000, I think it is, that does video that I do my deer hunts with, and I'll use it on some dry field duck hunts or goose hunts. So, yeah, and then everybody's always hoping to hit it big and be able to do it full time, but not there.
Yeah. So you jumped straight into YouTube when you started filming. Y'all didn't like film and then later on get into YouTube. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I just jumped straight into it. My first YouTube video was actually the one posted of the Triple B was during the summer. I went bow fishing and made a catch, clean, cook video doing that. And then I made some just regular bass fishing videos and stuff until, fall and winter hit. And then I started doing the waterfowl and deer hunting videos. So, and then when my son was born, I kind of took a little break from it for a couple years. And then last year I kind of started getting back into it. I'm really hoping this year I can jump, head first full swing into it too. So I like I said, I slacked off. I didn't put a video out for a couple years, and that really hurt me.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to miss out on any of the things with my son. So I slacked off on the hunting and stuff for a couple of years until he got a little older. And he actually went on his first goose hunt with me this year. And boy, he loved it. We killed 40 that day.
Oh wow, that's a
And
good turnout.
he just kept going, wow, Daddy, this is amazing. That's amazing. Oh, and, every time he'd hear him, his eyes get that big, and he'd run out there and he'd pick one up and he'd just, oh, Daddy, it's heavy. He tried to drag it across the field. So that was pretty fun. The core memory there, and then kind of like my dad did, I took him deer hunting with me. He was born in July, and I took him deer hunting with me in November, but it wasn't an old pallet stand. It was nice. And then when he was 2, old enough to like really kind of talk and stuff, I killed a doe, a small doe with him, and we went to our local gas station. There's a couple old guys in there, and they come out and, well, did you get any? And he goes, we hunted out of the truck in my grandma's field. So whenever I tell the story, I want to clarify that I was on private land hunting with him in my truck, and he goes, yeah, Daddy shot a baby deer out of the truck. And I'm like, don't tell people, which I've known those guys since I was his age, so they knew, and they're just laughing. So now every time I see him, it's you shoot any deer out of the truck lately?
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, he went with us yesterday when we seen that big buck, and boy, it was all mad and tore up about it. And he got up this morning ready to go, and then he said, why isn't Libby getting up? Libby's my girlfriend's daughter. And I said, well, she wants to stay and play with Icy, which is my sister. And my dad and stepmom and sister was staying up there at the house. They got a house up on the mountain we stayed in. And he goes, oh, well, I think I want to stay home and play then. And it was cold. It was 45 degrees this morning. I had him all bundled up, and of course, I had to take him all off at 6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's still asleep, so he curled up on the couch and started watching Paw Patrol until everybody else woke up. Oh, we went.
Yeah.
But he's getting into it, which is real exciting for me.
It's
some of my favorite memories as a kid. Hunting with my dad and grandpa.
Yeah, it's awesome having kids getting into it. And so mine are just starting to get into it, but it's always fun taking them out and everything. My middle daughter, she'll probably be going just to at least sit, and then I'm going to let her actually hunt next year. But our youth whitetail youth deer season opens up this upcoming weekend for us, and so I've got to go pick up my dog from training. So I think my kids are going to stay with the grandparents for the day and get my daughter some time behind the rifle scope, get her a little more comfortable, and get target acquisition's the big problem right now. Like, she's a crack shot, but it's getting used to a scope and target acquisition in a timely manner. Just like
finding stuff.
We all start out that way. I mean, but
my girlfriend, she's going through the same thing. She killed her first one last year, and
it's always, I can't find it. I can't find it. It's right there.
Or, hey, deer, hurry up. And she,
yeah.
I was like, hurry.
Yeah. So I'm hoping when we go down this weekend that she'll get my dad will spend some good time with her on the target range, and then I'm going to go pick up my dog, and then if depending on the weather, I haven't looked at it yet, but if the weather's decent, then hopefully I can get her out Sunday morning to get her on some deer.
There you go. Well, good luck to her.
Yeah.
You'll have some good luck.
Yeah, she stays pretty high spirits. The 3 misses last year didn't get her down. Like, I was really hoping it wouldn't, but I was pretty lucky. My first doe was a monster doe. It was 110 pounds dressed.
Wow.
And it was first shot, and got it. So I lucked out on that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have taken it with as much grace as she did. 3 misses in a row.
Yeah.
So props to her. But so what do you do for a day job? I don't think I ever asked you.
No, so I am a lab tech at pollution control facility, which is fancy for wastewater.
Gotcha.
So I'm a lab tech slash maintenance guy.
Okay.
So our plant runs itself, but we have to do daily samples and test our influent and effluent water, and all of our water gets discharged into the Arkansas River. So it has so many, state level qualifications it has to meet.
Yes, sir.
And then so just if anything breaks down, I go and fix it. It's a pretty good job. I work 6 to 2 Monday through Friday.
Hey,
so.
can't beat that. Yeah.
Nope.
That's what I miss my EMS schedule, but I do enjoy having the nights off and weekends home. So
Yeah. It's nice during the winter because getting off at 2, I still got several hours in the evening, and I usually bring my hunting stuff to work, and I'll run out after, straight after work, go to the deer stand.
Yeah.
And hunt till dark.
Yeah, that's the only unfortunate part about where I live now is I'm an hour and a half from the ranch, so and I don't do public land here.
Yeah.
I ain't that dedicated to go out and hike a couple miles through the canyons around here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get that. We got some pretty steep mountains around here too that I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
There's some big bucks there, but nah.
Well, any big plans for this upcoming season? Anything you're looking forward to for Triple B, or just for hunts for yourself?
Yeah. So like I kind of briefly touched on, I'm hoping to get more videos out this year. That's my main goal. And then my girlfriend, she started duck hunting last year, and she killed her first goose and her first duck. And then this teal season, she killed her first teal flying. And so that was a big goal, was really wanting to get her a duck flying. And then it's in the freezer now. We plan on getting it. It was a pretty blue-winged teal.
Yeah.
And so other than that, she really wants a wood duck. Her dad's favorite duck was a wood duck, and she has his mounts. He had a wood duck, a cinnamon teal, pintail, and a mallard mounted. And she got those, and so she really wants a wood duck.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to get her on a wood duck, and I want to get her on a pretty good snow goose hunt too. I think she'd like that. She's tore up into goose hunting.
Yeah.
She loves that. So hopefully getting some big snow goose hunts, and then her daughter is wanting to go on a duck hunt. She watches the YouTube videos and stuff with me, and she really wants to go. So we're going to try to bring her and my son on a duck hunt, maybe the one we can hunt out of the boat on.
How old's her daughter?
And, she's 5.
Oh, okay.
She'll be 6 in January. So her daughter's 5 and my son's 4.
Yeah.
But they're both ate up into it, which is awesome. They go scouting with us, and they're in the awe at it just as much as I am.
Yes, sir.
And then other than that, just nothing, just real big right now. I'm hoping next year we can make a trip out to California. That's where her dad was from, and all his buddies out there keep telling us that we need to come out and hunt with them and hunt in California. Yeah, we were hoping to get to do it this past January, but the dates that we were supposed to go out there, in between here and there, was major ice and snowstorms, and we couldn't get out there.
Yeah.
So hopefully next year. It's not going to be in the cards this year, but hopefully.
What part of California?
It's kind of like Central California, the Bay Area. It's about she's not in here for me to ask, but I think it's like an hour and a half south Sacramento, I think, and Oakley, Oakland, somewhere in there.
Gotcha.
Colusa County, he hunted in a lot, I think. So
some good duck hunting right there. I had some family that lived in Colusa County that
really,
they talked about all the time of how great the hunting is.
Yeah. What's crazy is me and my son went to Oklahoma City for the Delta Waterfowl Expo this year, and I met a couple of guys down there. Uh, with Brad Jones, Vincent Vila, I think is how you say his last name, and then John, I can't remember his last name, but they all hunt in Colusa County, and well, I was messaging Vince on Instagram one day, and he was like, "Hey, I've got some family in Mulberry, and I'm going to come down and mid September for a baby shower. Is there anything to hunt?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want ones a day." And he told me, he was like, "Oh, that's opening weekend of teal season." He's like, "Dude, I've always wanted to early teal hunt." And he actually come down and teal hunted with me this
that's
year,
cool.
which was awesome. Yeah, same. Like, what's the odds of meeting him in Oklahoma from the exact same area that her dad was from?
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, they didn't know him, but that's about as close of a coincidence as you can get.
Yes, sir.
But,
Well, outside of the YouTube and everything, do you run Instagram? Do you have like TikTok and all that stuff
yeah.
too?
Yeah, I do all of it. The Instagram is triple B dot outdoors, and then YouTube and TikTok and Facebook is triple B outdoors.
Okay. Awesome.
And then,
Awesome.
let's see. I don't have a hat in here. My profile picture's a logo.
Yeah, you got a
don't-
great logo. I like that logo of y'all's.
I appreciate it. I actually had a guy a few years ago message me and ask if he could make me one for free, and I was like, "Well, yeah, let's see what you got." And he sent me that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I love that."
Yeah.
It was awesome. The old one was like a deer skull, and it had a ducks and a fish in it, which was pretty cool. But I really like that new one.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Blake, did you have any other questions at the moment?
No, man. I mean, y'all, you talking about those wood duck hunts? Y'all have a lot of wood ducks up there.
Generally, yeah. Yeah, we didn't. Some reason we didn't get into any last year, which didn't do just a whole lot of duck hunting last year.
Yeah.
But we can find some from some sloughs and some shallow water creeks that hold some wood ducks in it. So yeah.
Yes, I feel like it's not hard in the South to find some wood ducks.
No, wood ducks and teal are
Yeah.
pretty bountiful, or however you say that word.
Bountiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not, remember that dumb subject we're talking about.
On your GoPros, how many do you run per hunt? Do you have one like sitting on a stand, or you normally clip them to your hat?
I usually run two. I'll run one that's clipped to my hat, which actually I need to buy a new one because I broke it the other day. I just haven't decided which one I want to go with, and then I have one on a small tripod that's like that tall. Actually,
Okay.
no, it's over in the drawer. I don't have it right now. Give me just a second. Grab it. Yeah, I run a Hero 7 on a tripod.
Okay.
Kind of wraps around. I usually, if we're hunting out of an A-frame, I'll kind of wrap it around the A-frame.
Yeah.
Or I'll just set it on the ground. And then I got a Hero 8 that I wear on my hat. And then here's the Nikon camera that I use to video with, which I'm wanting to get a upgraded lens for it.
Yeah.
But haven't had the extra funds to do that
Yeah,
yet.
and they ain't cheap.
It's expensive. I have one of those. I have the same camera you do, and man, it's expensive. Those lenses are not cheap at all.
No, they're not. Luckily I've got a buddy who he used to video for the Pursuit channel, and he's got a lens that's 2 foot long, and he comes and hunts with us sometimes. He lives about an hour and a half away, and he works weekends, and so we don't get just a whole lot of hunts with him during the year. But when he does come down, man, he gets some videos. He's got some goose videos
Yes,
for
sir.
us this year. So.
Awesome. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, what all do you carry with you, since you do a little bit of goose and duck and everything? Like, what do you carry with you in your blind bag?
Yeah. Well, I actually have it right here.
Oh yeah. Show us through it.
Yeah. So I run the Northern Flight decoy bag, and typical. I got your gun oil and rim oil, and then I keep a box of extra chokes. Snow just call up there because I ran out of room on my lanyard. Uh, I like to bring a whole box of extra chokes just because when I'm goose hunting, I like to run a full choke. And duck hunting, depending on where I go, I either run modified improved cylinder.
Yes, sir.
And then I got my son's hat that he wore goose hunting. That's still in there. A little floodlight with a clip on it. Gloves, cut-proof gloves, because the razor grass down here will cut you up, and there's always briars and the fields when we goose hunt. There's always briars in the grass you try to pull. And then tall lanyard. This was actually my girlfriend's dad's lanyard. We try to bring it on every hunt with us, just so he's with us. And then my personal lanyard is in the truck as we were practicing this weekend.
Yeah, that's where mine usually stays, is in the on the rearview mirror.
I keep just a single duck call in my center console year round. Had to throw the thermocell in there this year during early goose season. And then I always carry, I got, like 3 extra pairs of gloves in here, like all the way from just regular, just thin camo gloves to your insulated gloves. Random Ziploc bag.
Hey, you never know what you need it for.
Nope. Snacks. There's all, and then I've got 4 bottles of water. Crush, because somebody always forgets a bottle of water. Extra random camera battery in there that I was looking for the other day. Earphones. And then so shells, I've actually got a bunch of different shells in here this year because I've been experimenting. And I tell you, if y'all have never heard of Big River Ammunition, y'all need to look him up. He hand loads all of his loads, and I'm going to be running these.
Yeah, I actually got some. He sent us some pattern packs. It's this upcoming weekend. I'm gonna be doing some patterning on it and see how it does.
Kick butt. They're awesome. I put a YouTube video out on it a few weeks ago, and I've used 4 different shotguns. I used 2 12 gauges, 2 20 gauges, and with different chokes and one. And they're my Stoger M3500 12 gauge with a modified choke. Put 141 BBs at 25 yards and 11 by 17 paper.
Yeah.
And then 148 at 35 yards with an extra full choke.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it this weekend. I just had a chance to get out anywhere where I could pattern it. He sent it to me a week or 2 ago. And so this upcoming weekend, I'm going to get it on some paper and get some video of it. Because I run the M3000, and then I run a decoy Muller choke. So I'm really interested to see how that works.
I've got I contacted Mueller Chokes today, matter of fact, about trying to get some chokes. But yeah, so the 20 gauge, I went with the number 4 shot, and then also with the 12 gauge. I like shooting 4 shots, whether it's geese or ducks. It's just a good load, in my opinion. And I tell you, those 12 gauge loads, the 1.25 ounce, my God, they pack as much of a punch as a 3.5 inch does. Only got a random light here. But you'll be impressed by them.
Yeah.
I highly recommend them. He's actually making a case of 20 gauge for me. He was supposed to this weekend, I think.
Oh, good.
Unless he got busy. He said he was going to try to. But yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to be more than happy with those. And then let's see here. I got a game coat and random bullet. So that's it. Usually, I took all my toboggans and face masks, like my insulated face mask, out because I didn't need them
Yes, sir.
because it was 90 degrees. But I'll put those back in. And usually, I always try to bring extra gloves and toboggans and face masks because somebody always forgets it. Extra lights.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
have.
prepared.
I have so many lights, and I just ruined. I keep one of those. I don't even know the brand. If I got at Walmart, it's just like a little canister light, but the pops up and it's like a lantern.
Yeah.
And then the bottom is a flood. I don't know how I did it, but I think my dog knocked it off. But I usually set that on my my gear stick, that my swamp stick kind of deal. I'll set it on there and kind of just light up the whole area while I'm throwing out my decoys after I've kind of got my little area set up. And I don't know how, but it somehow got dropped in the water this year. And the problem was it wouldn't turn off. So I'm sitting there.
Oh.
And I need to get me some new lights. But yeah, I run like 2 or 3 headlamps at all times in the bag. So I'm right there with you.
You mentioned your swamp stick. You like that?
Oh, I love it. Mine's a Avian X is mine. I have the Avian X gear stick and then the Avian X swamp stool, and I love mine. The only thing that that I wish is that it was a little bit taller. I wish I had just a little bit more range because where I hunt at is a lot deeper of water than I think what a lot of people do, because I'm sitting at hip height on a lot, and so the butt of my gun is, if I'm not holding it, is a lot of times in the water.
Yeah. Have you ever looked up the Swamp Stick company?
I think I saw something on them on Instagram a while back, actually.
Yeah, I think, I don't quote me this, but I think theirs are adjustable.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that go up to like 80 inches or something like that.
Yeah,
something around there. I'd looked at them, and I think not this year. I'm probably going to run what I have this year, but like for next year, that's probably maybe an upgrade I'm going to try to look into. Yeah,
my mom got me this light off of Temu, and it clips perfectly. And this dude is right. So it's a really good floodlight.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, is there anything else you wanted to go over this evening?
No, I think that's about it. I think we've touched about on every hunting subject we could.
Yes, sir. Well, man, I really appreciate you coming on this evening. It's been great talking to you, and we'll have to keep up with you, see how your season goes this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to be on again.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe mid-season or something, then do a mid-season recap or update, I guess.
Yeah, we're really trying to get everything cranking out. So we're still learning, still burning, but
hey, there's something new to learn every single day.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I appreciate you coming on and talking with us, and we'll make sure and check you out a little bit more on there and tag you in some stuff. But
yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I appreciate it.
Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Winging It Waterfowl. We will catch y'all next week.